Hi guys, this is Atco. I'm going to give you a little review of a new product called a ArkRocket 200. What it is like a replica of the old Seeburg diner jukeboxes. You know, I'm in my 70s now, and when I was a kid, I always looked into, when we go into any of the restaurants, my dad would give me a quarter or something like that, because I always wanted to play some of the jukeboxes. And my dad had an old Wurlitzer from the 40s that he bought for like 25 bucks and had in the basement for until we moved. And then now, where I live now, I bought an old Seeburg from the 1960s and restored it and had it for 15 years. And when it broke, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore and got rid of it. But what I've had in the past is I use a couple of these diner replicas. Been using the one called Jukemaster 100. Maybe you guys know of it. You put a CD in there. You can put up 100 songs in that. You can put whatever songs you want on that selector on all your titles, and it was cool. And now that I don't have the main jukebox anymore, I've been using this. And how I'm using that thing better than just as a jukebox, I will show you on another video of what I'm doing with that. But what I'm going to do with this video is a review of this new one called ArkRocket 200. The old Jukemaster 100 that came out in the early 2000s and was only around for a couple years. I don't know why they didn't sell. I think they did sell well, but they had a lot of trouble with the manufacturing out of China. And you couldn't get any support from them, and I think that's what a lot of the companies like Amazon and Walmart dropped it because too many complaints, and it was gone. Although if you got one that worked, they work good. I actually have 3 of them, but we will go about that more on another video. Okay, so I saw these new ones that came out now and look very similar to the old Jukebox 100. Had some pluses to the old one. The old Jukemaster 100 could select 100 songs. The new one will do 200 songs. The old Jukemaster had a CD to play the music. The Rocket 200 uses a USB or even a SD card. And it's all digital, and one of the big problems they had with the old one was that the manufacturing of the CD player either had problems or wears out pretty quick. So I saw these coming out, and I had to try one of these. Now, I got to know of it because of there's another guy on YouTube. I'm going to show you on the bottom of the screen here where his video is about his review of it. And he did a very, very well done video. So anybody wants to know about how this thing works and what it's like, look at his. I'm not going to do everything that he just did again, because he did a great job on it. But I just want to do a little review of where I didn't like about it for me. Now, one of the things I didn't like with this new one is that even though you put in the button and whatever song you had and you had made, it'll play great. The speakers are pretty good coming out of the box itself. The only problem is you can listen to one song at a time. If you want to listen to another, great. You will either put in another selection and it'll stop whatever you were playing and go into another one, or it will wait until that's done, then you go to the next one. To me, that's terrible. I mean, where were they thinking of? Did they ever look at what a real jukebox does? You couldn't cue them at all. So I thought that was terrible. I wouldn't have bought one of those, but I called the manufacturer and told them about this problem, and they said, don't worry about it, there's a download you can, and we've already got a fix for that where it will cue the pictures. Don't worry about it. Once, go ahead and order it, and then you can download and get the update for it, and it will cue songs for you. Okay, well, I'm going to give it a shot. And I ordered the thing off of Walmart. I think it was $338, I think it would cost. Got it in, pulled it in. It's pretty nice. A little hard to get the songs you want on your USB. But on the good side is when you're done, it works well, and it no CD you have to deal with. And I thought, this is nice. I played the songs, and it speakers out of the machine itself are pretty good. So what I wanted to see with this thing, something that I really was looking forward to, I've got my Jukebox 100 set up in my game room, and I've got actually 8 speakers in the game room, and I'm using a output from that one into a amplifier, and I got music all over the place of my game room, and I was hoping this would do the same thing. It's got an output, so I thought it would do the same thing, because what I did like about my Jukebox Master, when I put the speakers out on the output and with my amplifiers, one thing I really like, it gets really good bass out of it. Okay, so I plugged this new one in with the 200, and first thing I had is that usually when you plug in something for the output, it should turn off the speakers from the jukebox itself, and then you just use your external speakers. This thing still plays the speakers out of the side, and then also will play off of the extension speakers. I thought that was odd. I didn't like that. And then it seems like I've got to put the amplifier out almost full power to have the amount of the sound that I was getting out of the old Jukemaster. And what I was thinking of, I got a feeling there's something wrong with this box. I can't believe that they have it like that. Not only when it did play, it didn't have very good bass. And I like bass. So I sent a message to them. Told them I was having a problem. They responded pretty quick, in a day or two, when I was asking about the cue. So I mentioned them both on their chat and then also on a email. Never got a response to either one of those. All I could think of is that that's the way it is, and nothing they could do about it. I gave them a few 4 or 5 days waiting something I'll get a response. I wasn't going to sit there and fight with them. I just realized for what I needed it for, it was not going to work. And I took it back. I took it back to Walmart. Okay, so what is my review? Should you get it? Shouldn't get it? I'll tell you what. If you don't need to use the external speakers and you just want to have the thing almost a show play for people that can just remember the old jukebox diner, and they most of the time just going to hit a song or two, it works good. And actually the speakers out of the machine itself are pretty good. I think they're actually better than the Jukemaster 100. But I was very disappointed with the outside external speakers. And again, that could be a bad unit that I had. But when I didn't get a response, I wasn't going to fight with these things. I know I could take it back within 30 days with Walmart and just get a full refund. And if this was going to take a couple times to them try to fix it or whatever, I just didn't want to deal with it. I just was not happy with it. So what it is what it is. I think I would tell people, if you got one of these, it really looks cool. The price is reasonable. You can put it out, put it in, if your kitchen, even a game room if you got, and people want to remember it, and you just play it one song at a time, and just play it from those speakers, not worrying about blowing out a nice full room. I think it's got its job. If you're going to do it the way I use it, I just don't think it's very good. As far as the queuing, I assume that's going to work. They told me they would download the fix for me, but I never tried it, so I can't say for sure if that's going to fix it, but my guess is it will. Alright, so that's all I can say. I just want to let people know about it, and if you saw about that, or you wanted to have the old Jukemasters they're gone, you can't get those anymore, this thing must be just as good, if not better, than that for certain reasons. If you can't do anything wrong with it that I couldn't do with the old Jukemaster, I wanted to just tell people what it was. And if that doesn't work for you, you might want to think about it. Alright, so that's it. That's it for now. This is Atco, signing out.